All right, number 5. Mike and Jake are trying to figure out if the following equation is an identity. Mike picks several different values for x and y to test. For each pair he tries, the left-hand side and the right-hand side have the same values. Since all of these tests worked, Mike concludes that the equation must be true for all possible combinations of x and y, and therefore must be an identity. Jake started by using the box method multiple times on the expression on the left-hand side and then simplified. He then rearranged the terms so that it looked the same as the right-hand side. This makes both sides of the equal sign equivalent, which means it's an identity. Who do you think had a better argument for why the equation is an identity? Explain why. So the key in this case is that Mike picked random numbers for x and random numbers for y to plug in and tested them and calculated them. If you remember from the lesson on polynomial identities, one of the things I specifically mentioned is that picking values of x and y, or just picking values in general, to plug in and calculate is not a valid way of proving something is an identity. The only valid way to prove something is an identity is to actually simplify algebraically both sides of the equal sign. And if they look exactly the same, then it's an identity. If they don't look exactly the same, then it's not. So to answer the question, who do you think had a better argument? The answer in this case is Jake. Jake had a better argument. Why did Jake have a better argument? Because he showed that it worked for all possible values of x and y. Okay? Whereas Mike only showed it worked for specific values, specific x and y values. So again, that is why it is not valid to just plug in different numbers for x and y. When you do that, that only shows that it works for those specific values. By doing it the algebraic way, by using the box method and by simplifying, you are showing that it works for any possible combination of x and y, which is why Jake's argument is the better argument.